Mindless amateur sleuths are taking safari jeeps to the area Slater disappeared from. Shameless British visitors in Tenerife are treating the area as a warped tourist attraction as they swarm the Airbnb the teen went to before he vanished. 19, went to a rave before going to holiday rental Casa Abuela Tina in the unforgiving Tino Mountains in the early hours of June 17. He went there with two men he had met that night who had rented the property in northwest Tenerife. The apprentice bricklayer from Lancashire shared a final snapshot from their Airbnb of a hand holding a cigarette at 7:30. After missing the bus, Jay tried to make his way back to his holiday accommodation, an 11-hour walk away, but at around 8:50 he made a final frantic call to friend Lucy, telling her he was lost in the middle of nowhere with no water and had just 1% battery on his phone. Now ghoulish Brits are flocking to the two-bedroom Casa Abuela Tina as conspiracy theorists become obsessed with the case. A photo shows several hire cars parked up outside. Dozens of wannabe sleuths have traveled to the desolate rural Tino National Park in the 12 days since Jay's disappearance as they attempt to investigate the case themselves. Former cop Charlie Hedges told The Sun about the risks of online sleuths and amateur detectives trying to crack the case. He urged the public not to take it upon themselves to help the search as he noted, despite their best intentions, they may end up causing more trouble. But one such tourist who has taken a grim 4x4 safari trip to the Airbnb admits she has been there more than once. Shannon Shields, who lives in Birmingham in Spain, told The Times, "This is our second time here. I asked to drive this route because I just wanted to see it one more time. I want to get some answers." The spa manager said the area gives her the chills. The owner of the Airbnb where the men stayed said she has given all the information she had to the police. Ophelia Hernandez, who owns the holiday let, revealed they were friendly, booked several days at the cottage, and spent a lot of time inside the property. She said she saw Jay walking off on his own uphill in the vast mountainous area near Masca. Ophelia told men, "It's dangerous walking around here, it's easy to lose yourself. He walked up the road when I saw him for the last time. He was alone, he was walking normally, though he was fast." It comes as Jay's friends this week blasted trolls and conspiracy theorists and warned, "He's not just a pawn for your fame." Many are using Google Maps to scour the rural Tino Park to hunt for clues before plastering their wild thoughts over social media. Meanwhile, some TikTok influencers have taken it upon themselves to fly to the island to film themselves hunting for Jay for bizarre vanity projects. Armed with their cameras and hiking boots, they have recorded themselves trekking through the mountainous scrubland Jay was last known to be in. Jay's pal Meghan Blair called out trolls and warned them to stop spreading ridiculous claims. She said, "Can everyone stop believing everything they see on TikTok? The stories aren't true and just things people are making up. I honestly think it's disgusting. There are people going live with the caption, 'Finding Jay.' If you are helping to find Jay, then do it without using him as a way to gain followers. He isn't just a pawn in your way to get fame. This is somebody's son and friend, and there are people who are genuinely worried." It comes as Tenerife cops have now pleaded for volunteers to take part in a large-scale search for Jay, despite rejecting help from British police. Authorities on the island last week insisted they had the resources they needed for the hunt. Now, almost 2 weeks into the search, Tenerife police have appealed for volunteers to help scour the mountainous terrain on the island where Jay was last known to be. Officials say the huge sweeping search will take place tomorrow in Masca. From Ninin police confirmed they are not looking for general unexperienced members of the public to join the search. Instead, they are requesting the help of those who are experts in dealing with rocky terrain, as well as professional volunteers such as firefighters. Their cry for help comes despite them turning down help from their British counterparts as they insisted they had all the resources required. Police in Tenerife said today. The Guardia Civil prepares and coordinates a large search to find the young British man missing in the village of Masca. The collaboration of all those volunteer associations is requested: civil protection, firefighters, etc., and even private volunteers who are experts in the abrupt search terrain. The massive search will be carried out on Saturday, 29 June from Ninian. Jay's distraught mum Debbie Duncan last week slammed police on the island for not letting cops from Lancashire Police fly out to help search for her son. She said, "I know the Spanish police mean well, but the problem we are having is the language barrier. We just don't seem to be getting told. I'm sure they are doing their best. They told me they had used dogs and drones, and then they said Lancashire Police had offered their resources but they turned it down, but I think that would have really helped. I would feel happier if our people were over helping. It's just so difficult not knowing where he is. The area and the terrain is rough, but the police were saying that now there are too many people up there and it could interfere with their investigation." Rescue crews have been focusing much of their search on a 2,000-foot ravine in the desolate rural Destino Park. They have now shifted their focus to caves near Los Carrizales, around an hour and a half on foot from the area Jay went to with 2 men. Los Carrizales is a small hamlet not far from Masca in the Tino Mountains, but police sources have warned that it is very unlikely Jay has survived if he got lost in the mountains. Yet authorities have said there are no plans to put a stop to the search yet, despite no signs of Jay.